You know what this looks like, guys? This looks like a bear market bounce. And every time we get the bear market bounce, you would have wished you would have sold. And that's exactly what we did on the bounce. Everyone saw. Everyone saw. I warned everyone. I told everyone. Objectively, there's no reason to not be taking profits here. This is a very euphoric moment in the market, it feels like. And a lot of people are really, really excited. And what happens a lot of times, guys, all right, is people get greedy. All right, people get greedy. 2018, every bounce, you would have wished you would have sold it, okay? And that's just the truth. So let's go back to 2018, right? This is what bear markets do, is they make you feel extremely bullish, all right? And then you're going to wish you sold, and then you didn't. So think about it. Here, guess what? I guarantee you, everyone over here thought that the bull market was back on. Okay, and guess what? They wish they would have sold this bounce. Okay, right here, big bounce. I bet you everybody thought, oh my God, I wish I would have sold this bounce. Okay, and so here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing. When you approach resistance, okay, for example, this is a great example. Okay, see right here, support at $10,000 Bitcoin. Support here at $10,000 Bitcoin. So imagine, this is where we are right now. Okay. This is where, and remember, this is my overall big term picture. I am highly bearish for the entire year, but I've been short term bullish, right? Like, for example, I made this call 5 days ago when I think Bitcoin's going to 46K plus. Okay, but overall, remember, if you watch that video, this is my overall chart of what I think is going to happen by the end of the year. Okay, bear markets don't go down in a straight line. They do have bounces. You got to understand that. And every big bounce in a bear market, people go back and they wish they took their profits like this. Like this, okay? So, once again, here's this support at $10,000 Bitcoin, and you can see, boom, here's this bounce. We're bouncing up to that $10,000 resistance, and people are probably thinking, oh, we might break out past the 10K resistance. No, sell at resistance, okay? And then when if it can prove itself that it's not going to dip hard, that's when you load back up for a breakout. But otherwise, you just saved yourself massively, and this is why you got to sell at resistance. So, guys, I've got all the videos on the channel telling you that as long as we're below the head and shoulders neckline, we still are pointing to a drop down at 26K. Okay, and so I told you right here, right? Remember we longed the pump, right? We longed the pump in Monero here, and we made around, I think, $18,000 on Monero. Then I told everyone, I said, look, even though I was very bullish and I just longed this pump, we're at resistance, and if I wasn't long, I'd be looking to short, right? I should have shorted. Instead, I closed out my long, right? Because that's the thing. When you close out your long, you can go straight into a short. But I closed out my longs. I told everyone on my videos, it's the time to be taking profits, right, objectively, because you had a massive run-up into resistance, and that's kind of how you know, like, when you have a massive run-up, right, when you have a massive streak of candles, okay, it's just like flipping heads or tails. You can only flip a green candle so many times in a row. So when you have that factor combined with the massive resistance, combined with the head and shoulders neckline, combined with the economic conditions, it's kind of just, it was a no-brainer to sell. The problem is it's such a no-brainer, right? Yet no one does it because everyone's hoping and everyone's praying that we break out further. So for example, right, this 47,000 level, which was resistance, and I'm telling everyone, sell here, right? Okay, you got to realize it's just like in 2018 on these bear market bounces. Okay, so like in 2018, right, when Bitcoin got up to 10K, that's resistance. $10,000 is resistance. Just like Bitcoin right here, 47,000 is that head and shoulders neckline. It's resistance, and so everyone hopes to break that resistance. So everyone hopes to break 10K Bitcoin. Okay, don't hope to break. Just sell. Just take your money, right? And that's why everyone gets screwed. It's because they play based off hope and emotions, and that's why when things come collapsing down, it'll be just like 2018 where you wish you sold on the bounce. But once again, right, no one ever wants to do that. So it is what it is. That's why, being in my Telegram alerts, that's why watching these videos and actually paying attention, it pays. It pays a lot. So, but the thing is, it can start looking good, right? It can start looking good, and we can get bullish again. Okay, but as it stands right now, but even though right? Let's go back over here to the long-term vision, right? We could still come all the way back down. You could see me actually get bullish again at 39K, 38K again, okay? I could get bullish there, but still have my long-term outlook of 26K Bitcoin, right? So we could dip down to 39. I could get bullish there for that bounce, right? We may get it, or it may just fall apart right there, right? But you can see, like, it's okay to play bullish in the short term during the bear markets, okay? But you got to know when to jump out, right? Because that's the thing about bear markets is when price goes lower, right? It doesn't take much to actually pump higher. Like, for example, if you get a 50% drop, you need 100% to get back up, right? The thing is, that 100% comes very easily in bear markets because it just, you know what I mean? Like, you need less to the upside to get a higher percent return. So actually being bullish in the short term during bear markets is an extremely profitable thing. But that comes down to timing. That comes down to reading the charts, and not many people can do that, right? So, you know, I love being bullish in bear markets, okay? Because you get rapid moves to the upside and you get large percentage moves to the upside. Okay, the key is you can't stay in too long, or else you end up like the guys in 2018 who wish they sold on every single bounce. You see what I mean? So guys, you know, it's just my quick little update today, and hopefully I've been able to help a lot of people here. Sell at resistance objectively, right? That's what I told you. Don't hope for things to rip out and break out higher. Sell. Take your money. Two major strong resistance coinciding, aligning, and meeting together at the same point. That is 48,200 resistance. And so I'm not a greedy fuck. When we get to resistance, I take profit on my longs, and that keeps me. Now, of course, you can always hope and pray and dream of a breakout past resistance. Okay. Or what you can do is you can take profit of half your position at resistance and keep half. Okay, but I decided to just take profits. Okay, just completely take profits. And I think Monero, right, is. See, we take the profit, 14,000 locked in. Doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter how we feel, what we want. It doesn't matter if we think it's going to break out. It doesn't matter, right? You got to objectively take your money. That's your money. You need to take it. You need to realize your gains. Otherwise, you're going to be left holding the bag, wishing you took the gains, right? And you can always get back in, right? So, for example, we took our money, and now we can always jump back in bullish, okay? But here's the thing. If you're already invested and you didn't take any money, you can't jump back in. You can't jump back in because you're already in, right? And so this is why it's so important to take profits objectively when it's time to take profits, because if we get bullish again, we can always jump back in. But if you're already in, you're already holding the bag, you can't jump back in, or you have to go make a lot more money. You know, you have to have cash flow to actually jump back in. The problem is most people don't have the cash flow to always be investing in the market every month, you know, like in large amounts, you know, so you just get screwed holding the bag, and then when it's actually time to buy the dip, you can't buy the dip, you know? So sadly this week, we closed out all our shorts way too early. You can see this, guys. I mean, a horrible week when it comes to the how much profits we could have made and how much we actually made. So for example, you can see this Aave short I have here is up 480%, yet I only made $2,600. Horrible, horrible, right? So, you know, for example, we shorted the top in Aave and in Luna this week, but I had horrible execution. I took profits super early. So for example, you see this arrow right here? This is where we shorted Aave in my Telegram alerts channel this week. Okay, so we shorted Aave at the top, and guess what? We just took profit way too early. Okay, see this? 480% return. Look where we entered, 253. Okay, 253 right there. This is where we entered, 253. You know, so that is an execution problem, right, of taking profit too early, right? But this is why I always say it's so easy to predict and call the market. It's very hard to actually trade the market as effectively as your predictions, right? Because, you know, what you want to do is you want to take your profits, price bounces, you go from being up 20,000 to being up 5,000, you know, so it's a lot harder to trade than to predict. Predicting the market is the easy part, right? But anyways, you can see we shorted Aave at 253, only made 2,600 because I closed out early. You know, it sucks, but that's just it is what it is. There's no point in like beating yourself up more for it. What's happened has happened. You can see Luna we shorted this week at $115. So let's go to Luna. And once again, we only made $4,300 on this trade, like a fucking jackass that I am. Okay, that's a 210% return. I put around $30,000 in this trade initially. So you can see $115 Luna is right around here. Well, really, we shorted right here. See, this is where we shorted Luna. I can actually show you my alerts for this trade. This is where we initially shorted Luna. And guess where I took profit? I took profit right around here. Like an idiot, you know? So, like I said, it's super easy to predict the market. It's actually it's hard to stick with your positions from top to bottom, you know what I mean? But, I mean, you can see we've been on top of, you know, shorting the top, but we just took in profits too early, you know? So, I mean, you can see some of the trades this week, but, you know, this could have been a monster week where we could have made over $100,000, and I really, you know, I messed it up, but you're not going to be perfect every week. You know, so maybe I don't make $100,000 this week, but the next time this happens, maybe I do make $100,000. You know what I mean? So it's easy to beat yourself up over, oh, why didn't I hold a trade? Blah blah blah. It's really not a big deal. You know, like profits are profits. We didn't make as much as we'd like to. Sure, we can beat ourselves up over it, but instead of beating yourself up over it, it's better to just get better, and that's it. Make money the next time. That's it. So that's kind of my mindset during this bear market, and all the trades we've, you know, nailed in crash alerts. So like I was telling you guys earlier this week, that Luna short, I mean, we just nailed it, you know, but I didn't follow my game plan, right? Look at this. My targets were 110, 107, 101, 90.5. Well, we're almost at 90.5 right now, you know? So this is where we shorted, and this is where we closed, right? I just closed early because, I didn't like how jumpy and bouncy the price was, because it was coming up and down and up and down. It's just too volatile for me. Like, I didn't like it, you know? It's so fucking annoying. So I hated Luna the way it was moving. You know what I mean? I don't like to trade things when I don't like the way it's moving. So when you're actually having the position and you're seeing your profits go up and down, it's harder to do your trade than it is to predict it, right? It's very easy to predict. It's very hard to trade it compared to your prediction, right? And then obviously we shorted Aave, you know, and I mean, it just could have been a monster week, but I messed it up. It's okay. We'll get better. We'll nail it next time. But guys, if you want to join the Crash Alerts Telegram and take these live trades and setups, you know, I drew that at the beginning of the week, guys. All right, like, you can join by clicking the link down below this video, because what you got to realize is people right now are losing money this week, okay? And sure, we didn't make a lot of money this week, right? We could have made $100,000+ this week if I played it better. But guess what? We didn't lose money this week, right? Everyone else in the world is losing money this week, and we're making money this week. So even though we didn't make a ton of money, this is a lot better than losing 20% of your portfolio, right? Like, let's just go through an example. Like, you know, average Joe's got 100K, and let's say his portfolio, you know, is 100K, and this week now it's down 20%. He's at 80K now, right? For holding and just doing nothing. Okay, so sure, we could have made over 100K this week in profit, but we didn't. We only made like 10K. So you could have went from, instead of losing 20%, I know making $10,000 is not a lot of money, but it's a lot of money when you combine it with the fact that you're keeping your money, right? And so when the market loses 20%, but you gain 10%, there's a 30%, no, that's like a 50% difference almost between what you have and what you would have had. So you see the separation here when you're a short seller and you can short when the market's going down. If you make even 10%, really it's giving you almost 40% more value. Does that make sense? But people don't realize that. So keeping your money in a bear market is incredible, right? Because just keeping your money on a 50% drop is actually like doubling your money. You see what I mean? So I'm just giving you an example here of how literally only making $10,000 is actually like a $30,000 difference, and a $30,000 difference is almost like a 50% difference in what you in the actual capital power that you have. 80,000 or 110,000, that's a big difference. But it starts with making a little bit of money while everyone else is losing money. So currently we don't have any positions, and you know, I'm just watching the market right now because you can see my message today, right? We could have been a monster week, okay? But we can't change that now, right? We didn't hold it. We got to improve, and we got to wait for the next shot. And so this is what I tell everyone, right? We shorted the top this week in Luna and Aave, but we took profit early. FOMO shorting the lows is a master recipe to get wrecked, right? See, for example, if I just try to short the lows, I would have got fucking wrecked, right? You don't short when price goes down. You short when price goes up, right? So imagine we tried to FOMO in and short the lows. It's a master recipe to get wrecked. You see that right here, right? So trading, you have to have discipline, right? I gave up my entry. I gave up my positioning. And of course, I can say, well, I was right. I'm going to jump in. I'm going to short now. No, because as soon as you do that, it's going to bounce and you're going to get liquidated, right? So you got to have discipline. You got to have experience to really be able to do this where, you make 10K while everyone else is at 80K on that week. And, it makes a massive difference, $30,000 difference there, even though you only made $10,000. You see what I mean? So there's so many ways I can explain this, but it just shows you, you know what I mean? Even though we see how bearish everything looks, it doesn't mean we're jumping in and shorting the lows after we gave up our positioning, right? We screwed it up, and now we need to sit out, and we need to be patient and wait for our next opportunity. So you want to trade with discipline. You want to trade the market and kind of be this guy right here, right? Where you only need 10K, but guess what? You're keeping your money, and you're making a little money on top, and it's so much better than losing 20% of your portfolio this week. You know what I mean? So you want to join the Crash Alerts. Click the link down below this video to get my real-time setups, trades, and exactly what I'm doing. Hey guys, I'm entering, I'm shorting right now, and I'm gonna set a stop loss here. You'll get that in real time. These exact trades. All our members in Crash Alerts took these trades this week, and you could have too. So if you're sitting on a down portfolio this week, just know it doesn't have to be that way. You could join us, and we'll help you out. All right, guys. This is Alex from Crash Trading. Crash is Clay. If you guys want to join the Telegram, link down below. If you want to follow me on Twitter, that's also linked down below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.